Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. Let's tap in, tune in, clear the energy using 432 hertz of gorgeous resonance. Yes. Scully's in the house today. He decided he wanted to see what's going on in here. Usually he sleeps over on my bed. But today he was like, what's going on? And he's my sun kitty. So the sun is in the house and is curious. Yes. So we'll see how that works. If he can last the whole reading. So far, so good. Look at him. He's giving me lion vibes. He's the sun god. And then Mims is the moon kitty. Is she a moon god? New moon kitty. That's when she came to me. On a powerful new moon in July 2003. Okay, this is our card from the Arcturians today. I'm feeling the vibe. What is it? What is it even? Aha. Was that it? No. Was that it over here? No. This one. Blueprint. Of course. We all have our blueprints. The game plan our souls signed up for when we came to this earth, to this life, to this now. The blueprint. And we were conditioned, and we have lots of downloads and apps and things that we've picked up and carried with us and was given to us, thrust upon us, jammed in from the back, wherever, right? And so part of our return to our blueprint is this healing process, right? It's the sifting through and deleting, removing, seeing what is serving and what isn't serving, and basically refreshing our systems, clearing our caches, all of the analogies, right? To come back to our soul default mode, which is love, which is peace, which is harmony, which is joy, which is compassion and collaboration and teamwork. Teamwork and making the dream working. So let's get a rune to help us narrow in on what part of our blueprint, right? Or is it the whole system? It's always the system. All systems are connected, right? It's just like family systems. If 4 out of 5 people are happy but one is miserable, your system isn't gonna work as well as it would if all 5 people were happy, right? So let's do it. Let's tap on in to this card. Jetta! Yay! Bumblebee vibes. Okay, this is about your hard work paying off. Your hard work transforming, contributing to being rewarded by the sweet, sweet honey. Okay, and the thing with the honey is it is golden. Okay, it's like, ooh, amber. It's like amber. I actually don't have any amber. I have petrified wood, but I do not have petrified wood blood, which is sap, right? Okay, let's look at the Jara in the book. So we can really make a big deal out about the gorgeousness that is Jara, fruition, balance, abundance, cycles and rhythms, and harmony. Right? Yes. Yes, right. Yes, you're right. Okay. So that's beautiful. And it's also a nod to the work, right? It takes work, it takes dedication, it takes mindfulness, it takes practice, it takes dedication, all of the things. And this is what the bee is about. It works diligently its entire life. And there's also the community aspect, right? Because there are many bees all working together for the same goal. So that is a beautiful confirmation of community supporting each other. Look at this on the split. We've got the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands is confidently declaring herself as who she is, right? In her authentic space, in touch with her intuition and harnessing the power of the sun, so much so that she planted it into the earth and it started to grow and bloom. And the Nine of Pentacles, this is independence. This is reaping what you have sown. This figure standing in the center of the garden in full bloom. The work is already done. Now it is enjoying the fruits of the labor. And this is what the Jera, the honey pot, what that's all about. What that's all about. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool because I can't see, well, unless I look there, but I try not to. The split cards. So when, like, from your perspective, you see the split cards. And so it's kind of like a side reading or an additional message, especially if you catch it, right? And then it's like your own little private communica. So whatever that means for you, right? It's all part of it. We exist in a world full of triggers, and not all triggers are bad, right? I want to normalize triggers as being, well, somebody had called them glimmers as the opposite of trigger, right? Triggers are meant to show you what needs to be healed, where your wounds are, right? It's kind of like that follow the string back to the core wound kind of a situation when something's triggering you, right? But then glimmers, this is those moments where you recognize something that used to be a trigger that no longer has a power over you, that no longer triggers you in the way that it used to. This is a healed moment, a glimmer. Also, so like I live in a world of systems, and so I leave triggers for myself in order to get things done, right? Like an example, there was a dirty spot by the door where the cats, when they come in, well, Scully's only got 3 legs, so where is he? He's over there. So his back leg, he's just got one back leg. And so that always hits the same spot, and it's this dirty little spot. Anyways, I was gonna go clean it. So I grabbed a washcloth and I grabbed the spray bottle and I went to go over there. Well, he's hanging out by the door, looking out the window, all this stuff. So it's not a good time for me to be spraying and wiping and all this stuff. So I put it down, and I put it down in a spot that's right in the middle of everything. Because out of sight, out of mind, right? Sure enough, I get going, doing other stuff, doing laundry, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I come back in and I notice this freaking dirty, or this washcloth and the spray bottle in a spot where it's not supposed to be. And I'm like, what the? Right away, because I had already forgotten. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's why it's there, right? And reminded, and then sure enough, the cat's out of the way. So I grabbed it, cleaned it up, and put it away, right? And now it's gone. So it was like a trigger. Or leaving stuff on the stairs. Don't feel like bringing it upstairs in that moment, so you just put it on the stairs, but you put it right in the middle of the stairs so that you are triggered when you are going up the stairs next. You see it in the middle of the floor. And of course, this only works if you don't have other stuff just strewn around all over the place. These things have to stand out. Like I have to put everything has to have its spot for the triggers to work, right? For my brain to recognize something's not in its spot and then file back to why, to go back to the source, right? So triggers, I don't know why I'm talking about triggers, but everything that happens on here during the channel session is all part of it. And it's about trusting. Just because you don't see why, just because I don't see why, doesn't mean that there isn't a reason, a purpose, or whatever, right? So we just trust. And on your end, it's like, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, right? Okay, so we're talking about our blueprint, the programs, the default mode, which is basically the love frequency, right? Our default is love, is gorgeous, beautiful love. Okay, it's beautiful love. So we got some passionate movement happening with the wands coming in. We got the King of Wands coming up, which is interesting because we had that whole session with the Queen of Wands. So the King of Wands and this ships coming in. Okay, so especially with Jara, and this hard work leading to rewards, right? The King of Wands is the vision holder, the visionary, and very fixed and focused, also charismatic, also confident, standing, sitting in this case, balanced, right? We got the masculine and feminine and the light and the shadow, like the angel and the devil on the shoulders here. This very well-defined soul star chakra. And it kind of looks like a compass, like I have on my cloth here on my table. And so this is the keeping your eye on the prize, okay? And so related to your ships, this is a don't lose sight of why you are doing the work or the rewards that are a direct result of the work that you have done, right? The honeybee trusts that its efforts contribute to the rewards. Something like that. Okay. Something like that. How you doing, buddy? You're so cute. He's so cute. He's handsome. Okay. Mims hasn't wanted to be in here. She's just downstairs. Usually she's like, if I can't come sit right in the middle of what you're doing, then I don't wanna. Okay. Okay, so the ship's coming in. And oh yeah, wands are passionate wind. So movement, action, passion. Okay, after a period of being held back, but tens are ends, right? So this is the end of a period of being held back. What's this? Okay. But it was a necessary part of the process of becoming a master, of becoming centered. My Hierophant card, this one, is like the middle person between your higher self and your heart. Through the third eye, they look, right? And they've got many lenses and angles to look through, many magnifications to explore, to gain insight and understanding. And this is exactly it. The things we overcome become part of our story, right? Part of our becoming, part of our strength building and recognition. Because when you survive, when you overcome, you retain, hopefully, the wisdom and the things from it, the good stuff, right? The wisdom, the experience. And experience is what expands us. You know, that all attention, what is it? All publicity is publicity, or all advertising is advertising, or whatever. Like whether somebody is being talked about good or bad, they're still being talked about, and that's what matters, or something like that. So it's kind of the same thing. Like all experiences are relevant and a part of you. And this is why the shadow work is an important aspect. It's not about cutting away and denying and avoiding and killing the shadow aspects of self. It's about recognizing, it's about seeing, it's about understanding, and it's about integrating. It's about reclaiming control over parts of ourselves that are running rampant, so that We are actively choosing and not just responding from out of pain, right? From the pain body or from fear. Because that's when we make mistakes. That's when we hurt others, when we are unconsciously responding to things we don't know or understand within us. This is why this is the real source of inner demons and the evil within, right? It's unchecked, unacknowledged, unharnessed versions of self. Okay, so in doing this work, it is creating a sort of energy that contributes to luck. It's like the fueling or exciting the luck frequency around you. And so, I mean, it looks from the outside like lucky things are happening, you know, lucky timing, being in the right place at the right time, lucky running into somebody who, you know, was just thinking or talking about you and you're the perfect person that they're looking for this thing or whatever, right? These seemingly lucky moments. But what it actually is, it's a direct result of your work, of the reallocating of energy that you do within yourself when you heal. This is what starts to manifest in your life as luck. And this luck pours into your cup, and your cuppeth overfloweth into all other cups around you. Whether they're your own cups or other people's cups, whatever. Whatever. Okay, so because this was a grounded one, I feel like this vision here, this holding the, hey, take it easy over there. This holding the vision, this remaining focused on your goal, on your contract, right? This, the Hierophant also represents like sacred oaths, contracts, lifelong investments, which can also be self and others, depending. Right? Like a marriage, a lifelong contract, or a job situation where you are where you're signing a contract and being a part of this company for the rest of your life because it's fills your soul and overflows your cup and you know, hopefully we're only engaging at this stage in these kinds of dedicated binds that are all good for us, right? Are all good. We want the all good. Okay, so we've got signs and synchronicities leading you along your way, okay? And your ability to recognize them is also a result of this removing of the things that hold you back, right? If fear and doubt and limiting beliefs are holding you back, which could represent any one of these swords, right? When you do the work to heal, to remove, to trust, to have faith, to recognize all this stuff, then when a sign or a synchronicity from your spirit team shows up, you are more receptive to receiving them because you don't have those doubts and fears being like, it's nothing, you know, like trying to downplay it or dismiss it, right? And so that's gorgeous because it's your higher self, right? Communicating with your third eye and letting you know that this is part of your path. This is part of your soul blueprint. This is a stepping stone to your greatest and highest timeline and self, right? Yes. Yes. To your overflowing cup of gorgeousness. Okay, that everywhere it overflows, it blooms little seeds, little seeds of potential, right? Because not all gardens are fertile. Not to say that any time after, once the garden is tended to and the conditions are right, that seed that you dropped in there many, many moons ago starts to bloom. And this is why it's important just to get the seeds out and trust that the ones that are meant to will bloom and the ones that aren't won't, right? This detached. Because it's also in an offering state, right? The hand is offering this heart. It's like being offering self to be of service, right? Of like, I am overflowing. Let me pour my seeds into your cups. Or a recognition of self, like, look what I did. Look, I'm a cup and I'm overflowing. And look, my overflow is blooming. This can also be an offer externally as a reflection of your overflowing, because we attract what we are to certain degrees. And so presenting as an overflowing cup draws in overflowing cuppage. Overflowing cuppage. Okay. Yes. I want to say yes. And this, becoming an overflowing cup, this is what you're dedicated to. This is what's contributing to, this is your sacred oath, right? To self. This is how you move yourself away from choppy waters into calm waters. Into joy. What's this? Oh, it's a tower. Okay. So this tower, these ships coming in, again, you know, when the tower comes up, especially after this, it makes me think of Jack and the Beanstalk, right? Where the beans grow overnight into this whole other realm of abundance, right? Everything's giant. So like a blueberry is like this big, that's an abundant of blueberry, right? So the ships arriving might come in like a tower, right? Where you're just like, finally release the beans. You know, maybe you held them in your hand and tried to wrestle with, are these magic? Are they not magic? Right? And then finally you're just like, I'm just going to plant them and see what happens. And so you just put them in the ground, and then what? You surrender, right? You surrender to the process. You trust that once they are in the environment that they need, hopefully hey, are you trying to get down? What are you doing? What do you want? You want to go into my room now? Okay. Okay, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Is that better? You have in here? Okay. Okay. I had a feeling he was just going to be like, okay, I'm over it. Okay. So moving the sun to the other room. What was I talking about? Towers coming in, and you one day receiving your wish, and right, you go to sleep, you wake up next morning, and you're in a whole new world, right? A dazzling place I never knew. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. Can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a surprise. Every moment, red letter. See, I only just discovered that that was the lyrics. I used to think it was every moment gets better, even though it didn't quite fit, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the heck she was saying. And then lately I've been watching movies with subtitles because I just find I can receive it better. And I noticed that she says red letter. And so I had to look up what the heck is red letter. And it's like a red letter date is like an occasion that you mark on your calendar of note, right? Is usually a special occasion. So it's something like that. But interesting. Live my whole life saying lyrics wrong and then finally discover what they actually are. Okay, so we got the Queen of Swords here. Okay, the Queen of Swords is someone discerning in her being, power of discernment, transformed, communicating from the heart space, from the mind, making logical, concise moves and actions. Okay, she's cutting away all that no longer serves. Pruning to direct. Pruning to direct. It's what I'm going to be doing with my rose bush next month because I want it to arc. It is kind of, but I got to revisit the arcing mechanism in the middle of my garden. I found a piece of wood at the beach, but it's like, it's the perfect arc piece and I feel like it's the right length and everything, but it's waterlogged, so I have to get the right timing when the tide is out, and it's not going to fit inside my vehicle, so I got to also figure out how I'm going to attach it to the thing, if I can even lift it over there by myself. So I might have to use something else. That's okay. That's okay. We use what we've got. We make do with what we've got, right? Okay, so that's part of that message. Let's get an archetype. So I'm getting that our blueprint is abundance. And we just have to keep our eyes on the prize and recognize. Keep your eyes on the prize and recognize the signs and synchronicities that lead you where you want to go. Interestingly enough, this one comes out quite a bit. Anima Mundi. It's like the balance card. Okay, it's also the very last one in the book. The soul of the world, all that is. Okay, there's your blueprint. There's your blueprint. Cool. Cool. Okay. Anima Mundi epitomizes the principle accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world in all its multifaceted, multidimensional layers, bonded together by loving cosmic forces. Diversity is celebrated, multiplicity is honored, and nothing is denied embrace. Constructs of separation dissipate into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. Anima Mundi is the link between the literal and the imaginal, the rational and the mythic. It is the connective fiber that makes life meaningful. This card indicates an initiation on the level of the soul. That's cray cray. Yesterday's reading was initiation, and well, it was Perthrow, the snake, which is also a symbol of initiation. And then later on, one of the oracle cards came out as initiation. I think it was a crystal card, maybe. Anyways, okay. So if you're resonating, maybe go check that one out. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. Look at what I made. Look at what happens when my overflow hits the ground. It blooms, right? You will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestra. Destiny is altered as you hear the enchanted melody of all living things. And you know, I have a playlist that I listen to all the time, and I've curated it so that there's like positive affirmations and all this kind of stuff, right? And one of the songs has been stuck in my brain all morning. And usually, you know, I have it and then I lose it because I think about things, I see things, I do things, right? And then it goes away. But this thing has just been on repeat. And it's just one lyric. My energy is infinite. My energy is infinite. And then over and over again on a freaking loop. Okay, so there's something about that. When you are overflowing, yeah, your energy is infinite. You have tapped in to the source. You're no longer sucking energy from other people. You're no longer reliant on other external things to fill you, to empower you, to connect you. You are tapped in, tuned in, turned on to the infinite cosmos, to the soul of the world and all that is. Gorgeous. Okay. When in light, tending to the sacred details of life, which was another card from yesterday's reading. Mike of the Mayomancer was about one of the fairy cards was all about attention to details. It's so cool how these things link, right? Okay, when dark, overwhelmed by the bigness of existence. Yes, because when you are looking at it as an external being separate, then you are this tiny fragment floating in the unknown, in the abyss. But when you are connected, you become the abyss. You become one with all that is. Okay, Anima Mundi is the energy behind the world card in the tarot deck. Both carry themes of universal unity, completeness, and embrace. Beautiful. The embrace of Anima Mundi is available anytime, anywhere, to anyone, day or night, rich or poor. It is a process of unveiling our resistance to its love. Wow. Wowza. Wowza gorge. Oh, okay. Let's get an animal oracle card. The raccoon. Speaking of balance, I don't know. Do they speak of balance? I just saw like the white and black, right? The dark and the light. Okay, it's Earth. And it's talented, shadowy, and in hiding. Energy isn't fun. I'm telling you. Okay. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved image around. Sorry. I scan quicker than my mouth moves. So its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Okay. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. Okay, and so for some, this your new work is you, right? We are in constant creation of self, and so be sure to reveal yourself because your overflow blooms, right? And the fear, right? We can hide behind masks. This is that back to the Queen of Wands at the beginning. She is authentically in her no bullshit era, right? She is there and she don't care who doesn't want her there or doesn't think she should be there or doesn't get it or whatever the case may be, right? She is unapologetically in her own power and confidence. And this is a beautiful thing. This is freedom, right? This is freedom of expression. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay, Hakun. The Hakun has spoken. So let's go into the drawer today and we'll get a kitty card because we haven't seen the kitties in a while. And because we had the whole kitty situation with Scully earlier, we'll just see which kitty wants to come out today. Oh, we got a couple. Okay, we've got resilience. Meet Golden. He really knows how to absorb the sunshine, even after some rough patches. Speaking of sunshine, he has faced the lonely, hungry alleys, losing those he loved through both chance and betrayal. He allows his feelings of sadness, grief, disappointment, and failure to flow through him and pass as everything does. He is present with the fullness of life, the complete spectrum of experience. Even in the deepest, coldest nights, there is a golden sun in his heart to sustain him. Trust in your resilience. Keep moving, keep accepting, and keep growing. The tide is turning. What a beautiful confirmation of all of the things, right? And even a nod to the tide turning and it bringing in your ships. Your resilience, the healing work that you have done, the things that you have let go of. This is all beautiful. This is keeping the sun, the golden sun in his heart to sustain him, right? And also that speaking on experience and the full spectrum of life. This is why it's not about denying shadow, it's about integrating because it's all part of the whole. Okay, there he is. Sunshine and a heart all at once. Beautiful. Okay, we've got wild. Meet Samson. He is a shimmering concoction of wildness and strength. He lives perpetually under the full moon. What a gorgeous situation we got here. We got balance, we got the sun, we got the moon. Beautiful. Okay, I'll just read it. With limitless abandon, he races over the hills, feeling the perfect harmony of his body moving unhindered by thoughts, unfettered by beliefs of who he should be or how he should act. Samson is fully himself, gorgeous, without question or excuse. If you have been the oh so proper house cat for too long, step outside and awaken your precious wild self. Unleash your longings and join Samson under the moon's wild light. Beautiful. He looks suspicious. He looks just like Mims, actually. Actually. Okay, and then illumination. Meet Glow. She shines her warm light into our dark places. She illuminates our fears and our shadows, giving us the courage to face them, to unravel them, and to bring healing. Sometimes it may seem easier to take the long route around the dark forest within, but Glow knows that true ease comes from presence, not avoidance. So carry her with you as you journey into the depths of your heart and soul. Let her loving light warm the places of shame, hurt, sadness, disappointment, anger, and guilt. And she can turn the darkest, twisted forest into a golden cove of love. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful confirmations. And she kind of looks like a combination between the two. Look at his stripy tail and glow and the mystery shadowness. Gorgeous, gorgeous, and beautiful. Wowza. Okay. How about we get a love, gratitude. There we go. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. And this is really going to help you move through all of the things when you shift your perspective and recognize all things as reflections of your internal state in a way that, and finding a way to heal, process, adapt, respond, all from your central heart space. It's like mining for gold, right? We just extract the things that are of value to us and we release everything else. This is like this return to the blueprint, right? It's about retaining the things that evolve you and releasing the rest, right? From experiences, you're not necessarily holding on to everything from the experience, just the stuff that fuels and fills or teaches or empowers or gives some sort of thing. Gives some sort of thing. Okay. Let's get some love messages. We got 2. Trust your intuition, and you've got this. Okay. 50-50 on the timer. Trust your intuition. You've got this. Yes, you're doing it. You're overflowing. You're keeping your eye on your prize. You've done enough work to produce honey. So trust it. Start recognizing and be in that state of gratitude. Gorgeous. Oh, okay. A little charmy charm. We got 3. Okay, here we go. And sweet. Okay, so we've got this land animal, the water buffalo, refusing to be domesticated, both masculine and feminine, because it's really hard for people to see which one is which or tell which one is which. And that is a beautiful thing. It was over here. So this has been quite the challenge wherever we're at in the removing of limited beliefs, of things that hold us back, mindsets, people, places, things, ways of seeing, doing, feeling, all of the things. And it's been a journey, okay, but we are grateful for the work that we've done, for the dedication that we have given ourselves to free ourselves, okay? And so here we've got the balancing between the well, it's like the child, the parent, and the wise elder in balance, right? As your middle person. And this protection. So this person exists in your third eye and connects your higher self to your heart, right? And makes the decisions, the moves, but from this trifecta balance. Okay, and we've got the kitty, and this is the trust in what you know and feel. Cats can see things other people can't, and so if you are feeling, knowing, sensing all the things that fill your cup, that can fill your cup, that will fill your cup, these are indicators, right, to move you. It's like your Queen of Swords determines, right, in between. This is your your determining factor that will cut away what isn't meant to go into your cup, which isn't liquid sunshine, right? And yes, decisiveness, communication. I also want to say the ability to communicate. Keep your eye on the prize. The sweet, sweet honey is gonna flow in. Balance. You're doing all the things. You're doing all of the things, and that is gorgeous. So keep on doing things, and love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope there are things here that help to lighten, to brighten, to empower, to encourage, to inspire, whatever, at the very least, entertain. Okay? Love you. You got this. You got this. Okay. See you soon. Bye for now.